Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Keeping Up with the Chaldeans. Here today with Junior Binno, myself, Anthony Toma, and we have Haithem Sarafa, also known as the Pay It Behind You guy.
Yep.
So tell us about how you got that name and what goodness you're doing with the Pay It Behind You.
Well, Anthony, I used to, whenever I went through a drive-through, had a little extra money in my pocket, I would just pay for my order, of course, and then I'd ask the cashier whether I could pay for the person behind me. She'd give me the bill, and I'd pay it behind me, and
Nice.
off and running I'd go. So I've been doing that for years. It's been fun to do. Some people honk. Some people...
Oh, they catch it, huh?
They catch it, but most of the time I can get away scot-free and just doing something nice for somebody.
Very nice.
So then I decided, you know what, there's got to be a way to do this and expand this policy all over the place. So
That's nice.
I created a website called payitbehindyu.com, and it's a method. If you go on there, it'll instruct you on how to participate in paying it behind you.
Wow.
So I looked at some of the stuff on there, and the concept seems pretty cool. I see how you have it. It's the engagement that you're getting from 3 people, which makes it so much more of a further reach now, because normally it's just between yourself and the person behind you. It's a one and done, and there it goes. But I saw that you have the person at the drive-thru interacting and giving a hand also to keep the flow going. From me giving the person behind me the bill to be taken care of, and then handing the card over to the teller. I'm sorry, I apologize. The person through the window and having them hand it to the next person to follow through.
Yeah, that's what I do. So I created business cards that say visit payitbehindyu.com that we've purchased something for you anonymously, hopefully, and the cashier takes it. So when she gives them the order and said somebody's paid for your bill, they give them the card, which allows them to visit the website and instructs them to maybe do it for somebody else down the road, or they can pay it behind you themselves down the road.
Okay.
So, or donate to charity. So there's a lot of different things that they can do to participate.
And all that instruction is on the website. So if they go to the website, if they go to payitbehindyu.com, they can read up on how it works and the way they can get involved, and maybe they get cards without even getting a card, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
They don't have to do it with the card. They can do it anonymously and just go on their way. But again, we're trying to develop a system that allows us to raise some money for a charity of their choice, or the person behind them, their choice of charity.
Right. So what do they see when they come to the website?
Well, again, they're going to see a thank you, and they're going to see also a donate button.
Okay.
It's going to tell them, hey, somebody paid for your bill today.
Yep.
We're happy to do it. But if you want to donate to charity, you can do that. Or you can just pay it behind you, and you can use that card again.
Yep.
The person that got it can use that same card if they go through a Tim Hortons or a Dunkin' Donuts or a McDonald's, whatever it may be.
Yep.
They can do the same thing for somebody else.
So
And can they order cards?
If somebody emails me at hello@payitbehindyu.com, I can make cards for you. They're pretty easy to make.
Yep.
You just get those 10 to a card Avery business cards, and you can very easily print those, and I can pretty much design them if they want me to.
Sure. Okay. Nice.
Okay.
So being that we've always been in business and retail, because obviously this is still in retail end of it, we've always been, for the most part, warm and welcoming to one another to let you come in and bring business ideas or use anything through our businesses. How receptive has it been, or have you been out there now you're walking into, say, a Tim Hortons, now I've got to talk to a manager and say, this is what I'm doing. I get no benefit, or I don't know, you'd have to explain what type of benefit the actual person to the next person gets, because you're doing this for the cause of charity, right?
That's correct. So again, if I go to Tim Hortons, so far I haven't had to talk to a manager. I just do it with the person, the cashier. And what I do for Tim Hortons is I put their logo on the back of the card.
Okay.
As well as the Pay It Behind You logo.
Any licensing or needed for that to do that, to use it?
No, again, it's just an informational card, so I don't have to have any licensing or anything. And they're the ones that are benefiting because somebody paid behind you at their place.
Right.
And somebody else could do it. The establishment is losing no money. Somebody's paying for the bills.
Yep.
Right.
And it's just a very friendly way of expanding this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're being human. You're just basically just taking care of the next person. And the thing that I noticed it's not just about the financial side of it. You brighten somebody's day. That's
Absolutely.
huge. We've lost a lot of that in society, all in all. So you're bringing some of that like warmth back, and somebody could have had a shitty day, and you just bought them a coffee, and then
Made
they're
their
like,
day.
you know what? You changed me around. I'm going to do it now for somebody, and let it be a better day for me, And you just,
Exactly. I mean, I bought lunches for people. I bought coffee and donuts for people. I've even gone to grocery stores, and people will be coming through, and I pay their grocery bill. Just walk
Nice.
up to them and
Yeah.
just do it, and they're very shocked. They're
wondering
extremely
why.
grateful. They
Yeah.
want to know, why me?
Yeah.
Why did I get this today?
Yeah.
They're usually very joyful when it happens.
Yeah.
I do it a lot at Christmas time because I look a little bit like Santa Claus.
There you go.
So I get my Santa Claus
Yeah.
suit on, and I'll do that. But again, there's a lot of different ways to do this.
well, let's take a step back since you said that. I read I read the website. Give us the story about who dressed up as Santa Claus one day, because you were talking about Halloween and costumes and went into Santa Claus.
Well, again, I started growing a beard. I had a stroke a few years ago, so I
Wow.
wasn't able to shave like I normally did. So I started growing this beard. And the
Looks
Chaldean,
good on you, by the way.
thank
Yeah.
you. The Chaldean Foundation always has a Christmas party for the refugees, and they asked me if I would be Santa Claus. Well, I work up in Frankenmuth. My brother and I own the Frankenmuth Brewery.
Yep. And who's your brother?
Omar Sarafa.
Hey, Anmar.
And
Yeah,
He's my landlord.
that's good. So it's Christmas town. Bronner's is there. They sell all kinds of Christmas outfits. Santa
Yep.
Claus. So I bought
Yep.
a Santa Claus suit, and I play Santa Claus for the refugees.
That was nice.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
a
And
lot of fun.
You've done a lot of great things in your life. You've got many accolades, many accomplishments. You started the CFL with
Frank Jonah, Joe Sarafa,
Yep.
pretty much the founders of the Chaldean Football League.
Who else was there with you in the beginning?
Kenny Atcho, Andy Nager,
Yeah.
all the guys. There were a lot of guys that are no longer.
And you have your names on the Chai Cup how many times?
At this point in time, I hold the record with Michael Asaki for 7 times. Actually,
Okay,
7
nice.
times.
God bless.
Shaq?
Yeah, Shaq is, yeah.
Shaq's got that many titles?
The mask, yeah.
Well, people used to draft Michael in the middle somewhere,
Right.
and he played the line, but
Yeah,
he wasn't exactly the best skill player that we had.
yeah. No.
Oh, man. So starting something like the Chaldean Football League, CFL,
Right.
means a lot, because how many years now are we in? And how many Chai Cups have gone? And
Well, it started in '76.
Was it 76?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So go back, and they're playing now. So
44 years.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think
40 years.
82 is the first cup.
That's right,
Why don't
first
you
Chai
tell the
Cup.
story about where the,
Yeah.
where
So
the kettle
the Chai
came from?
Cup, we used to play primarily Southfield High, and we used to go to my Aunt Margaret's house after we played. Everybody would be dirty, and she'd make tea for us all, and we'd have tea and hummus and cheese, and the teapot was huge.
Yep.
And so we decided to call the trophy the Chai Cup, and it's her teapot that's actually on the top of the
Oh, man.
football trophy.
That's
Oh.
amazing.
So it's a little
Good.
bit of a legacy type
Yeah.
thing.
So you guys were drinking tea out of it then. Now when the championship team wins it, it's all hell breaks loose, and there's all kinds of beer and mixes and hard liquor, and everything goes through that thing now.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a beautiful
amazing.
thing.
Well, it's amazing that it's still going on.
Yeah.
It's 44 years of a tradition.
Yeah,
Right?
that's a long time.
And little rule, still it's Chaldean, or if you have to be Chaldean, married in.
Chaldean
right?
or married to a
Chaldean,
Chaldean?
married
Yep.
in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And that's a cool thing.
Fun times. And so you've done a lot of other things. So you
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit about other charities and being that you're such a giving person and caring.
Well, again, we started this thing. If you go on payitbehindyou.com, you can donate right now to one of 6 charities.
Okay.
First one is Angel's Place, which takes care of handicapped needs people.
Yep.
Brother Rice
You want to talk
Alumni
about where
Foundation?
Angel's Place came
Yeah, I was
from and
gonna
how it
say.
started? And that?
Again, I have a second cousin that stays at an Angel's Place location, so that's how I kind of learned about Angel's Place and what they do.
Yep.
But Judy Jonah and Frank Jonah
Yep.
are very involved in that
Yep.
and raising money for that. So obviously that's on the site. We have the Brother Rice Alumni Foundation, which raises money for scholarships for needy kids trying to get to Brother Rice. Tuition's pretty much up there.
Yeah, it
Yes.
is.
And Brother Rice's
Yeah.
Edmund Rice wanted to make sure that kids could go to school at a Catholic place of worship.
Very nice.
And so we.
And you
kinda
graduated from
contributed.
Brother Rice?
I graduated from Brother Rice.
What year, if you don't mind sharing?
75.
75, okay.
My brother Anmar, 78. My brother Maher in 82.
Nice.
And then all my 3 boys also graduated from Brother Rice.
Oh, God bless.
So there has been 20 Sarafas that have gone through Brother Rice, and we still have one now. Mike Sarafa's son,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ryan, is
my
a
nephew.
senior.
Yeah, we just saw him play at
Friday,
Lawrence Tech versus
Saturday night against
De La
yeah,
Salle.
De La Salle, they won 16-14. See,
Yeah.
we keep track.
We were
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Alum.
We keep
Yep.
track.
Yep, it was cool. It was cool
Yep.
watching those young kids.
And so
play.
what else can they
So,
donate
brother,
to?
so the Chaldean Foundation, we'll talk about some of the programs that they have.
Sure.
But Toys for Tots,
Okay,
work
that's
with
another good one.
McDonald's.
Another
That's a
great
good
one,
one.
sure.
Salvation Army, everybody knows about Salvation Army and
Yep.
what they do, various people. And one in Frankenmuth that we contribute to is the Michigan Military and Space Museum in Frankenmuth, Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And it has a lot of displays of historical military and space paraphernalia, and they got a big tank in the front of the museum and some planes, and it's just a cool place to go.
How
and,
big is that place?
It's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10,000 square
Oh, wow.
feet.
Nice.
So it's a thing. So those 6 are on there, and if you
Okay.
just want to give generally to the fund, everything goes to a 501c3, and that's just required by the bylaws of payitbehindyou.com. It actually started out as charity celebration because I used to do the Christmas lights at Domino's when I worked for Domino's
I
way back
remember
when.
those.
So we've given away over $1 million to various charities over the years. And so this is kind of an extension of continuing that
Yeah, God
legacy.
bless.
So
man.
let's go back then. That's what I want to start with. We've talked about these accolades that you've been through for charity and personal business. You're a busy man. You're a very busy man. I mean, you've started things. Let's talk about what and why you started them. What was your motivation to start getting from, okay, I've gone through success and I've done well for my family and myself. Now I want to give back. What was the turning point that got you to that?
There was no turning point.
Yeah.
We've been blessed. My mother and father always gave to people.
Who were your mother and father?
Kareem and Bernadette Sarafa. They emphasized that you have to give back.
Yeah.
Whenever you make, you got to give back to your community, and not only the Chaldean community, but the community in general.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whether it's the city, environmental, little league teams, anything, you got to just keep giving back. And when you have a little bit extra, somebody's out there that has a little bit less that can use those dollars.
I like that.
And even if you don't, even if it's
just
not
participate
dollars,
your time.
it's
It's
just your
time.
time.
Yeah.
It's just your time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know you've taken
So if anything.
you've taken a lot out of your time to help all
Yeah.
kinds of youth organizations.
I
and-
mean, I've been on the Brother Rice Board of Directors. I ran North Farmington West Bloomfield baseball for almost 10 years. So obviously all the Chaldean, not only the football league, but we had the basketball league.
Yeah.
We had the softball league for
Yeah.
years. So all of those things, we participate. We find out what people want, what they need, and we try and help out wherever
Bring
we
them
can.
together.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
sounds like it. Sounds like you're doing a phenomenal job. It sounds like you've been doing it for a while, so it's not new to you, new to the family. Obviously, my brother-in-law is your cousin, so I see what you guys all do in the community as a whole. It's always been big like that. What you guys have offered, you guys are, I'd say like you are a diehard Chaldean from start, and then everything else came after, from what I have seen.
Yeah, again, I was born in Baghdad, came here when I was young.
That's what I want to know.
So, I'm first generation. But the key is we've
Your
been able to
kids- your
succeed.
kids are actually first
your
generation.
kids
Yeah,
are
my
the
kids are the first
yeah.
generation. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ground zero.
Yeah, you're ground zero.
So, and I've tried to tell them, hey, look, you got to give back. So when you do well, make sure that you figure out how to give back to people, be nice, and
And who
take
are
care of
you?
people.
You
Yeah.
have 3 boys, right?
I have 3 boys.
Oh, what's the
The
one
names.
shot them out?
Yeah, so Vinny, Vincent is my oldest. He's in New York working.
What's he doing
what's he
out
doing?
there?
He's works for an equity firm.
Okay.
My second son is Nick Sarafa, and he also graduated from U of M, just like the other 3 boys did, just
Yeah.
like I did, just like my dad did.
Whoa. So
we're all
how
go
do you
blue
and Michael
guys.
get along with that?
There's a black sheep in every family, but we tolerate them. But yeah, we're pretty much a go blue family. But Nick, right now he's in Portugal. He's a coder. He codes for people and does all kinds of
Awesome.
internet things. And my youngest is Andrew, and he just graduated about a month ago, and he's looking for a job. So if anybody wants to hire a Sarafa, let me
what
know.
field?
What
He's
field?
economics and he speaks German, so
wow.
economics and German.
Very cool.
Man.
So
So that's what you've instilled in your children.
absolutely.
And with that now, just only 3 boys. That's what you've got.
3 boys.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
So
And all of them have done successful in school and looking like they're going to be coming up with also their own accolades. How about the charity part? Do they get involved? Do they give you hands-on? What do they give any role into the?
they get involved when I need them.
Sure.
If I need them to work a party or work an event,
Yep.
and we're going to contribute our beer from the Frankenmuth Brewery, and I need them
Yep.
to work, they're willing to do that. But again, the charities that we kind of take care of, obviously the one that's closest to my heart right now is the Chaldean Foundation,
Okay.
because we're trying to raise dollars for the new community development expansion. And if anybody hasn't seen the Chaldean Foundation building, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's in Sterling Heights, and these people
When
that
can
work
people
there,
visit? When can people visit?
It's usually during regular work days, Monday through Friday is
Just
when it's
stop in.
open. You can just stop in. But they take care of, last year they saw over 30,000 people went through the Chaldean Foundation.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So that's over
It's
100,
amazing the
100
work they
people
do
a
there.
day.
Yeah.
And they help people in all different kinds of ways.
That's the building that's expanding right now.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Bassam and them are on that.
That's
yeah,
correct.
let's give them a shout out. Those guys have been working hard on it.
Fantastic. Jonah
Yep.
Construction and Bassam and
Yep.
Pete Jonah, they do a fantastic job. So, they're building the expansion. They built the original building, but we're adding another 19,000 square feet.
I saw.
So it'll be 31,000 square feet when it's all said and done.
And who designed it?
You know what? I'm really not sure.
Okay.
But
With that expansion, what's coming forth with it?
again, there's going to be a grocery store in there.
Okay.
There's going to be a gymnasium.
Okay.
There's going to be a small bank. Again, things that will help the people, the
community.
refugees, the community that is coming in. They don't know English, so we need classrooms to teach them English.
Yeah.
We have impaired people. We have sign language classes. We teach people to drive if they need it. People need money to buy a car.
Right.
They don't have any credit at all, so we have a loan fund that we give
amazing.
people.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things that this Chaldean Foundation is doing. In fact, we're also in the process of building a housing development in Sterling Heights to take care of the housing needs of people.
Wow. Amazing.
So, and again, it's not only Chaldeans. Although 90% of the people that come to the foundation are Chaldean, we also help anyone that wants to come to the foundation.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is.
So you mentioned a grocery store. Is that open to the public, or is it
To aid the
It's really to aid the people. It may be open to the public once we decide who wants to do all of that.
okay?
So let me ask you something, because you're into charity. A lot of times in the summer, I grow in the back of my business fruits, vegetables, and we just donate it. Whether it's the neighborhood that wants to come pick for free, or if anybody that's in need, or if you see people on the side of the road, we do that. Your grocery store is going to need that. I think it would be cool if you figured a way to find some plot of land that can have some, because Oakland County or something does, just to be able to fuel that, because to have a greenhouse or hoop house and then be able to grow within and supply that chain. So it's something just to think forward to. And if you ever need help with that, maybe we can work on that and get something like that going. But we grow organically, pesticide free and all that. So
I appreciate that. Again, we got to talk to Martin Manna. He controls everything over there. And
Marty.
of course, Sharon and Paul, Jonah, they're pretty much running the show. So we can get a hold of them and see what they're doing.
Yeah, we could do that. Anthony, you know Martin, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, he does.
We were there this morning. Both of us were at the chamber offices this morning.
Yeah, just going over some stuff with them.
Yeah.
Always a good guy. That's another person too. Does a lot with the community. That whole
Absolutely.
group that you just said. Sharon, I've known her since I was a kid too. So Sharon has done a lot in the organization as well.
They're
This is Sharon
fantastic.
Hanauer?
Yeah, Sharon
Good
Hanauer.
people.
So again, there's a lot of ways people can donate to the
Sure.
Chaldean Foundation. If they go to paidbeindyou.com, we can do that.
Yep.
But again, you can buy a brick in the new building that we
Yeah,
have.
let's see.
We have a donor
Talk
wall.
about that.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yeah, so
buying
we have a
brick.
donor wall. If you want to donate a fairly large sum of money,
At the Federation.
at the foundation.
I'm the foundation,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
they'll put your name up on the wall, or if you lost someone close to you, you want to honor them with something, you can do that. So there's naming rights. You can buy a bench. There's all different ways to participate and donate.
Nice.
And in addition to that, there's a couple events that are coming up that people can go to.
Yep.
First one coming up actually October 4th, so it's coming up quickly, is a night of comedy. This is the first one that the foundation is doing.
Yep.
So we've got a couple fantastic comedians. It's going to be at the Soundboard at the Motor City Casino.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility.
Beautiful, and tickets are $50, and you just go on chaldeanfoundation.org, and so it's $50. I think doors open at 7 on Friday, October 4th. So that's the first event. And then on November 14th, we have the gala for the foundation. Raises a lot of money. And you can go on there. It's $100 per ticket, but it's a fantastic event. And I think it's sold out the first year, which was last year. We get sponsors, and it's really a fantastic event. And again, all the money goes to the Chaldean Foundation.
Nice.
Man, that's amazing. Where do you find time?
Yeah,
that's what I don't know. Where does Haithem get to sit on the couch for a few minutes and put his feet up?
Don't worry, there's a lot of people that work with me on a lot of these things. So
well, you weren't sitting on the couch this Saturday, were you? Were you yelling at the TV?
Unfortunately, I was.
You were. Okay.
Man, yeah, but the game,
tough game. Yeah. So one of the things that payitbehindyou.com you can do is you can challenge people to payitbehindyou.com. So yeah. So what you have here this is one of the business cards that we can give away, and it has the Pay It Behind You logo on it. It says, "It was my pleasure to serve you."
Yep.
And then on the back side of that, if you flip it, we're going to thanks. So what I did was I put your guys' logo on it, along with the foundation logo on the right-hand side.
Nice.
And it says that the foundation is where we want the money to go if you're going to donate, but really you can donate to whatever you want. So it doesn't tell you have to donate there. It just gives you a suggestion. So these are the cards that we give up to give to people. So I'm going to challenge you guys.
Oh, boy, here we go.
To pay it behind you. So I'm giving you guys 5 cards each.
Okay.
And you got to get somebody to donate it behind you.
Yep.
Wherever the cards went.
They're
over here.
Glasses.
Yes, there they are. Okay. So each of you get 5.
All right.
So you can get other people to do it or do it yourselves.
Yeah.
Stop at any place in Hortons. Yeah. So
all right, we'll do it.
Give it to other people. Explain it to them. And again, visit payitbehindyou.com. It tells you how to do all of this. And again, it's really a method by which we raise money for charity.
Very
and we
cool.
want to blow this up because we're going to talk to various franchisees and to kind of hopefully that they'll participate and be a sponsor of doing this. And this could blow up all around the world for all I know. So, but today's the kind of the initial day that we're kind of announcing this.
Right.
In fact, we also gave it to 10 executives at the Emil Rummel Agency in Frankenmuth. So they took the challenge. Each of 10 executives have 2 cards that they have to pay it behind you by middle of October. So
wow, that's cool.
So you guys are the second ones to get these.
We're ready.
Yes.
We're ready for the challenge.
Bring the challenge on.
That's right.
Appreciate you getting us involved.
Anybody else helping you with this and that you want to give a shout out to, or anybody who helped you build the website maybe or anything?
Yeah, if you can believe it or not, I built most of it myself.
Yeah.
Nice.
Obviously my son Nick helped out a lot.
Okay.
But it's a pretty basic website, and you can email. We have Twitter, we have Facebook, we got Instagram, we got all the stuff to spread the word.
Yep.
So again, when you go online, and again, if somebody pays it behind you, you can go on the website. You can participate as a giver, or just let us know where you got paid and how you felt about it. Let us know what happened. Somebody kind of took care of it. Some testimonials, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And just so the audience knows, how far are you trying to go with this reach? Is this going to be through the whole country you're trying to take this
all over the world?
Yeah, or all over the world,
Wherever it goes. So, right now we're getting it started.
Yep.
And again, as more people get familiar with it, if I can get a corporate sponsor, take it, whether it's Tim Hortons, Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, Burger King, any of these places are good places where they can pay it behind you.
Yeah.
And they can go. So the more people that have this card or the cards, the managers kind of participate.
Yeah.
Even if they're just franchisees and they say, hey, you know what? if they give their manager the right to do this one time a day, that it'll grow.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
It'll grow.
Yep, and that's what you want. It's and the thing that you'll be able to see is how well your growth is with this one. Where the difference is where when you just continuously keep paying it, you never really get acknowledgement as how far things went. So I like that you get to see how far the outreach is on that. That $5 you spent could have gone so far.
That's right. And so if people put down where they had to pay it behind you happened to them, so we're going to develop a map of the U.S. and maybe the world that says, okay, somebody did this in West Bloomfield, somebody did
Very
this
cool.
in Detroit. Somebody,
And now the
so you
chain
see a
reaction's
little
all the way.
dot,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it can become a chain reaction.
Yeah.
And if you just want to donate to the payitbehindyu.com, and we'll have more people go out there and do this, we'll be happy to do that too.
And the full donation, when they do this, it's to the choice of the charity, 100%. There's
Yes.
nothing left in house. So
That-
just to
that's
clarify
correct.
that, so everybody knows
That's
that
correct.
you're 100% transparent. Everything
Yep,
goes
all
out.
the proceeds go out.
Yep.
They come in. They designate it. They'll
right
get
to
an email that says thank you for your donation, so they can take the tax write-off.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they, whatever they
100%.
need from us, we'll take care of.
That's
Very
great.
good.
That's
Is
great.
there anything we left out or missed to anything we need to plug? Any other information you want to share with the audience?
Or friends and family, anybody you want to give a shout out to that has helped you along the way or been a mentor or anything.
Obviously, my brother Anmar and I work very closely together. My sisters participate whenever they can.
Yeah.
And again, it's just a matter of giving back. That's all this
Sure.
really is.
Yep.
But it's a way for a lot of people to get involved.
Sure.
If you're a charity and you want to be part of this program,
Yeah.
email me at hello@payitbehindyu.com. If you are a organization, for example, if you're a school and you want to raise money for your school,
Yeah.
501c3, there's parents that can do this, kids that can do this.
Oh, yeah.
High schoolers go through drive-thrus a lot of times.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people that can get involved with this,
Yeah.
either as a charity or as a business. Both can get involved.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Very nice.
Which is awesome.
So before we go, why don't you tell or share with the audience what it means to you to be Chaldean?
To be Chaldean in this community is an unbelievable thing because our community is recognized in this community,
Yeah.
in the Detroit area. And obviously we have other communities in California and some in Texas. But to see all of these people that came from Iraq back in the 50s and 60s, and they're able to build the American dream. That it really is. Not only us, but future generations have the opportunities to do so many things. And we're trying to do the same thing for these refugees that have been displaced out of their country,
Yeah.
that are coming here with nothing, and I mean nothing.
Right.
And to help them achieve just the basics is just a fantastic thing to try and do. Extremely proud to be a Chaldean, Chaldean American, an American Chaldean.
Yeah.
One of the things that people do is, we have to meld with the people that are here.
Sure.
Whether they be American, Jewish, Muslim, whatever they are, they're part of our community.
Absolutely.
And we try and learn how to get along with everybody.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well,
Well,
thank you.
yeah, we want to thank you, and we also want to thank you for the overall giving that you're on.
Yeah.
And you're raising a huge awareness that's somewhat lost. You could be enlightening the next generation to do this, and we
Let's
commend
hope
you
so.
on that. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So we really appreciate that. So guys, check them out. It's a very simple program. You're talking to just basically go online, payitbehindyu.com, see what it's about. That way you get to get your own, opinion based on whatever. But
If you have any questions, send me an email
that's it.
Yep.
and let me know what you think. And
hello@payitbehindyu.com.
if
it.
anybody wants to participate, we'll love to have you.
Sure.
There you go.
Thank you, Haithem.
Thanks,
It's an
Haithem.
honor-
Thanks, Anthony.
honor to have you on
Awesome.
the show.
Thank you, brother.
Pleasure.